Today, we're going to learn how to build additional streams of income outside your 9 to 5. So these are the 5 streams of income that I've built while employed. I'm an author. I have a book published, which is called Cash Your Passion, Practical Steps to Making Money from the Things You Love Doing. I also write. I do ghostwriting and I do business writing as well. I also have an online course on Udemy. I do business coaching and everything related to social media, from content creation to video editing to graphics design, all of that. I do that. So 2016 was the very first time that I ever earned income outside my 9 to 5. This is also income from my book sale on Amazon, excluding physical sales in bookstores and websites. Then from my online course, Udemy, ID extraction, um, I also earn income from there, all still while employed, and I don't have to be physically present to make this money. I just sit in my office and I get emails, I get notification, you have a payout on the way. Right now, it has about 1,261 students and still counting. I created this in 2020, and since 2020, it has been building or rather creating income. Also, I do business writing, like I said. This is one of the income that I've received in writing the business plan. I put this specifically because there are so many of you right here who have amazing skills, who are doing great stuff, who have like you have a great knowledge, but you are giving it away for free to friends and family. And you don't know how to charge for it, you don't know how to price, you don't know how to tell them, oh, actually offer this as a service. Now, if you notice, there's a discount of 40% on this business plan. And that's because the person who is my client on this business, on sorry for this project, happens to be a friend, not just a friend. She's someone who has also, gone through my program. So I'm giving her a discount so that she would know this is the real value of what I do, but I'm giving you a discount. So even if you want to give somebody something for free, charge them, like give them an invoice and tell them, okay, this is how much I charge for this, but for you, I'll do it free so that they attach some sort of value to what it is that you do. Also, one of the things that I do, I can talk. I'm not one to shy away from public speaking, so why not use it as a source of income, right? So I was opportunity to be the host for Manitoba Construction Sector Council's podcast called Builders Livestream, and it's one of the avenues that I have used to generate income in the past. And this is income from a business coaching idea extraction program. I got to a point in my employment where I was like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. Something happened that changed everything for me. I'm the first child in my family, and sometime in 2016, my dad was kidnapped. And when my dad was kidnapped, my younger ones, I still had younger ones in the universities. And even though I was working, I could barely save up my rent. I was literally in a public transport when my sister called me to tell me that my dad had been kidnapped. And all of a sudden, it hit me that if anything happens to my father right now, my mom had stopped working. If anything happens to my father right now, the financial burden, I would need to step forward to support my mom in helping my 5 other siblings. How am I going to do it? I can barely even support myself as a person. I can barely pay my house rent. I didn't even have enough money to buy a car. I was in a public transport. And that was when it dawned on me that if I continue like this, I am going to live my life always waiting for a salary, living from paycheck to paycheck. If any emergency happens, if anything comes up, I would not be able to support anyone. I can't even help my siblings. I can't help my mom. And I decided at that point that, you know what? I'm done. I need a change. Now let's talk about the truth about financial vulnerability. 70% of employees depend on salary. Research has shown this. And this creates a precarious financial position where one corporate decision or economic downturn or unexpected change can dismantle years of financial stability just in weeks. And this is, I'm not telling you what I heard or what I've heard. I'm telling you what I've seen. I've witnessed this with friends, with some family members, and it's not a nice place to be. It's not a good thing to experience, trust me. One company decision can just change everything overnight. For example, I literally got all this information yesterday, 4 hours ago, 1 hour ago, 19 hours ago, one day ago. All of this is happening this month. In fact, this week. All these things you see here happening currently. Ubisoft layoff, Molson Coors layoff, Meta layoffs, Amazon layoffs. And these things keep happening because we live in the era of technological advancements, right? So you need to understand that layoffs are rarely about you. You may be performing well, you're doing your job, you're meeting your targets. Layoffs are not necessarily because you're not performing or you did something wrong, but it's all about strategy, systems, and survival. It could be a company restructuring, it could be an economic downturn, and the company is trying to stay afloat. Technological disruptions. We've all heard about AI replacing jobs and taking jobs, or overhiring during growth phases. Many companies have gone through mergers and acquisitions. If you've ever worked in a company like that, you would know. I have worked in a company like that. When I worked in a bank, we acquired another bank. Almost half of the staff were let go. And it's not a nice place to be. But these things are happening and they're not involving you in the decision. Nobody's calling you, oh, come for a meeting because we are about to, lay off some staff. No, nobody's going to tell you that. Which is why the best layoff proof strategy is not a job security. It's not job security, it's income security. To be sure that your income is secured, not just for through your 9 to 5. Here is another question for you. If your salary stops today, not next month, like today, how long could you sustain your current lifestyle? Also think about this for a second. Just just imagine it. Just picture it in your mind. An extra $1,000 to $10,000 monthly outside your salary. Imagine what it could do for you and your family. Just think about it for a second. Does that feel good? Like when you know at the back of your mind that whether the salary comes, whether it doesn't come, I know at least I can get $1,000 to $10,000 monthly outside the salary. Just imagine what it can do for you and your family. It can do a lot. It can do a lot more than just sitting down and waiting for salary. Now, the problem with employees and why so many people keep falling into this trap of relying on only one source of income, you find yourself preparing for promotions, but not for terminations. Every offer letter, when you pick up, I've worked in different industries. I've worked in 3 different countries, and every time I pick up an offer letter, this line is literally the same. When it comes to termination, you must inform the company at least a month, depending on the duration or how long you stayed in the company. You must inform the organization that you are leaving so they can prepare. But they will not tell you your termination can happen anytime without any notification. It's always there in your offer letter. We read it, yet we pass it through. That's them letting you know that you can be terminated at any time. But nobody takes it serious. We're just excited. Oh, I got a job. I got a job. You're happy. And that's it. You prepare to get promotions. You want to get to the next level. You want to do this absolutely fine. Trust me, I have enjoyed my job. Like what I do as my career is something that I love doing. I enjoy it. Every company I've worked with, I'm happy to be there. But I still have it at the back of my mind. Even though, they always tell you love is never enough when it comes to, because you're literally going into a relationship with this organization. Yes, they love you now, but what of when things are not right? What of when economic downturns happen? They can just let you go. You're just a number on the spreadsheet. So it's good to prepare for promotions and also for terminations. Another problem with employees is that you believe loyalty and longevity equals job security. The fact that you spent 7 years, 10 years, 20 years in a company does not mean that it cannot let you go. Sometimes when layoffs happen, they sometimes start with the oldest people who have been, who they pay so much money because they want to hire new people who are being paid less. And that's when a company is trying to just survive. You forget that everyone is replaceable, especially in today's world of AI. There's nobody who is irreplaceable. Anyone can be replaced. You also forget that savings will run out. So that 3 months that you're going to survive, after the 3 months, what next? What happens? You know, you get too comfortable with your steady income, excuse me, and fall apart when it stops. There's also this mindset of making your job description your only identity, and then you get lost in it. That's one problem that employees have, and that is so wrong because when you get lost in a job description, you forget who you are. So when that job goes, you totally lose yourself. Now, the common mistake is trading time for time. You can't multiply time. We all have 24 hours in our day, which is 168 hours per week. No matter how hard you hustle, time remains your limiting factor. Now, the linear income model is what we're used to. when you're an employee. Your time or your hourly rate equals your income, which is limited because you cannot stretch yourself beyond 24 hours. We all get 24 hours in a day. Excuse me. Now, this is the traditional employment model. So whether you're paid 20 or 200 per hour, you're constrained with time. You can't have 36 hours a day. No, it's only 24. Now, the scalable income model is where I would like you to be, which is system and automation, which gives you unlimited potentials. This model ensures that your income is not dependent on time. Like I showed you, my online course, I can literally not do anything. I didn't even do any upgrade or update until 2025 since 2020, but it just keeps generating income, whether I'm there or not. Systems and it's scaling. I'm leveraging digital tools and automation. When you work towards scalable income, your income grows without proportionally increasing your hours worked. So I still get time to spend with my family. I still get time to do things that I want to do. And even while I'm in my office and working, the other aspects, sorry, the other income stream is moving forward. Now, this is where I need you to get to. The mindset shifts. You need to, like everything starts from here. From your mind, you start telling yourself, I am not just an employee, I can do more. There's a lot more to me than meets the eye. There's a lot more to me than a job description. So I want you to move from employee to employedpreneur. That's someone who is an employee, but thinks strategically and plans deliberately, creates systematically like an entrepreneur. You are capable of building systems. You're capable of creating solutions. You're capable of exchanging value for money beyond your 9 to 5. You are worth more than a job description. If you look at this image that I used here, you can see this person is existing both on the left, you can see wearing a corporate suit, and on the right, probably someone who is passionate about baking. These two people can still exist as one without trading each or sacrificing the other. Now, what is the way forward? What ideas do you have? It's time to move from ideas to income. Turn your passions, your gifts, your skills, your talents, and all of that thing that you've written down at the beginning of the month. I'm sorry, at the beginning of the year. I want to achieve this. I want to do this. I want to do that. You have all these nice things about yourself. You're such an amazing person, very knowledgeable, but you're not doing anything with it. That's got to change. Now, this is the idea to income cycle. The first thing is idea discovery. The second is idea assessments, idea validation, product service development, packaging, and lastly, automation. And I'm going to explain these things to you so that you can understand it. Now, the best income streams don't feel like work because they leverage your natural strengths and interests. For example, I showed you income that I made just from talking, income that I made from writing. These are things that come naturally to me. Like, it's not rocket science. I didn't have to do much to earn money through my voice or through my writing. Now, how do you discover your ideas? You can identify skills that you've developed, problems you've solved, or, solved effortlessly, or knowledge that you have that other people struggle with. You can look for the intersection of what you know, what you currently enjoy, and what people need. Then, what hobbies did you enjoy doing before life and adulting got in the way? As a child, was there something that you used to love when you were a teenager? Those things can actually be monetized. And the truth is, it is not what you don't have that limits you. It's what you have, but don't know how to use. And I'm going to show you how. The next thing is idea assessment. When you discover your ideas, you're going to ask some questions to help you to get to the point of extracting those ideas and turning them into income. The first thing is your idea solving a problem? For you to earn money, for you to make money with whatever it is that you do, it has to be solving a problem and meeting a need. Now, have you identified the specific part of this problem that your idea is expected to solve? The next question to help you assess your idea is, have you considered all the advantages of the idea? Does it offer value? Value creation equals money creation. You cannot make money if you're not offering value. There's got to be value in what you're doing, whatever you're giving to someone. To make money, you must give value. Is there a need for it? Have you identified the people whose problem your idea is a solution to? Do you know what drives their purchase decisions in relation to this problem? Now, why would they want to come to you to solve this problem for them? What is it that's driving them? And lastly, do you know where to find these people and what they think of your solution? Because ultimately, when you find these people, when you can create value for them and understand what is driving them, then you'll be able to offer them what they need. And in exchange, you can get money. That's how monetization works. You offer value for a problem, you give a solution, and they pay you. It's as simple as that. Now, idea validation. You have to talk to the potential customers. And this is seven things that anyone who you're going to offer value to, or anybody who is going to pay you, this is what they want to know. What product or service are you selling? Is it of good quality? What is it made of? How will it benefit me? Why should I buy it? Will it solve my problem? Will it be better than the solution I'm currently using? Because there's got to be something that somebody is using, even if they were not using something, but would your solution, would your offer, you know, would it be better to help them in the problem they're currently facing? And after that, you go into developing this idea into, turning this idea into a product or a service. Like I said earlier, value is very important. You have to define the value that whatever your idea is going to, offer to people, whether it's a product, whether it's a service. And the next thing, you're going to identify the minimum viable product features needed to create enough value for your target customers. And lastly, you have to create a prototype, the first working version of your product or your service, because you definitely want to be sure that this thing is working. Now, lastly, packaging. When created your service, your product, you have to package it well. You can't just do something or say, okay, I want to offer a service and you don't package it well. Nobody's going to listen to you. And this is just an example of, ideas. These things you see here are ideas that I've packaged into digital products. So you can transform your knowledge into a tangible product, a service, or a solution. And lastly, automation, building digital systems that sell and deliver without your constant involvement. All these tools you're seeing here, I use them. I literally sit down, set things up. ManyChat is responding to me. There are sometimes I post something and people are typing comments. I'm not the one responding. I'm in my office. I'm working my 9 to 5, but ManyChat is responding on my behalf. I'm not there. I put something together. Typeform is giving out my questionnaire, and people are filling the questionnaire. It's sending you and bouncing you to another link and telling you to set up, book something in my calendar. Calendly is now sending me an email that, okay, somebody has done something, has filled this form, and notifying me of somebody that has made a payment. Like automation literally takes you off using your time to do every work. Because already I love my 9 to 5. I love my job. I like my job. But when push comes to shove, I'm gonna need other things. So while I am sitting in my 9 to 5, giving my employer the time that they're paying me for, my other streams of income can still be generating money without me being physically present. I know you're saying, that this sounds great. This all sounds good, sweet, but will it work for me? Now I'm going to show you that it can work for you irrespective of where you are, irrespective of what job you're currently doing. It will work for you because it has worked for me and I've replicated it and shown other people how to do it and it worked perfectly for them. So I'm going to show you examples. Now, this is Kaide. Kaide is in Ontario. He's working at TD Bank. He's into finance. He's a finance guy. That's his Instagram page you're seeing on the top. He's sharing insights on finance, career, and personal development from his experiences and learnings. Now, Kaide is a finance person, but he also wanted to have another stream of income. And what did he do? Like I said, the first thing to do is discover your idea. So for him, it is something that is a skill he already has. He's a finance person. He knows how to punch numbers. He knows how to calculate. He knows how to, everything that has to do with finance is really, that's his thing. But he just didn't know how to turn this into alternative, an income stream. And I got to work with him. And today he is building Tribe Invest. If you look down here, this is his newsletter built with Kit. Kit is one of the automation tools that I just showed you a few minutes ago. Now, people can get in here and from his newsletter, he's closing deals. On his Instagram page, he's also talking finances. This is one person in Canada who we have seen. If you read what he said, many years I had an idea to do something in the area of financial education, but he was only taking half-hearted steps. And after we got to work together, he knew exactly what he needed. And that's how he started. He built his brand, Tribe Invest. Now, the next person I'll show you is in the United Kingdom. Now, this is a very peculiar situation because even though she's in the renewable energy sector as an employee, what she is teaching and what she is using as her other stream of income is completely different from her industry. And already, after working with her, She already received three payments after implementing everything that I talked about. And this was just in 1 week of working with her. Ugonwa is actually in the agribusiness industry. She works in a bank, which you can see on the right. Now, she already had a business. She started something while she was working, but she wasn't doing so well because she was struggling with her 9 to 5 and juggling the business. And then we met. And then she told me her story. And you can see, if you read down here, before you fired up my belly, I was doing sales of 20K to 30K monthly. Now I do at least 150K to 200K or even more monthly. And this person is in Lagos, Nigeria. So these are three people in three different parts of the world. You don't need to quit your 9 to 5 to create additional streams of income. You can build additional streams of income while employed. But this requires intentional time management, a valuable product or service, revenue streams, automation, and integrity. Integrity because you have to be truthful to your employer. Do not use employer's time for your business. I'm repeating it again. Do not use employer's time for your business. So how do you build a business while employed? How do you do this around your business? Sorry, around your career and your job. The first thing is use your weekends wisely. Carve out at least 4 hours on Saturday and Sunday to build your business. If you can spend 8 hours in your job every day from Monday to Friday, and some of you are working two jobs, some of you work Saturday, Sunday, some of you literally don't even have rest. If you can do all of that for another man's business, for another man's dream, you can put 4 hours on a Saturday and Sunday for your own dreams and build that for yourself. Calculate your productivity hours and use them wisely. If you're a morning person, wake up 2 hours early. If you're a night person, stay awake extra 2 hours to build your dream. Automate and outsource. You can use automation tools and hire freelancers for tasks that drain your time. Like I showed you, I started my like building streams as a freelancer. I was paid $68 to just write. Now, depending on which country you are joining from, depending on which country where you are, you can find freelancers who you can pay little amount to help you to do very big tasks that will take your time. Then again, protect your employer's time. Integrity is key. I know when people hear that, oh, you have a business outside your 9 to 5, some employers will say no to that, or some people think you are using your employer's time. No, integrity is key. Never build a business during work hours, and do not use your company resources. And also, do not poach clients from your employer or from your company. Even if you do something in the same line, but don't do it in a way that would conflict your job. Conflict of interest is wrong. I don't preach that. So you may be thinking, I don't have time, I don't have time. You have enough time. You do have time. Let me break it down for you. Okay? If you've watched Netflix this week, if you've gone out to have fun with friends, you're on social media, scrolling, blogs, laughing on TikTok, all of that time. Imagine spending 11 hours weekly. The average person spends at least 11 hours weekly doing all those things, consuming entertainment, streaming shows, or scrolling on social media. But you can put 8 hours weekly, 4 hours on a Saturday and Sunday to build your business. And that's equivalent to 416 hours, giving you 10 weeks plus a year. You can use this to build something. Come on. Am I lying? I want you to answer me. What can you do with these 10 weeks in a year? Can you not do something with it? Okay? Honestly, you can do something with this. The question isn't whether you have time, it's whether you're willing to invest it strategically. That's just the question. Are you willing to invest this time strategically? Now, your salary is your seed capital. You may be saying, I don't have money. I want to do this. I want to do that. But every week or every month, you probably buy things like shoes, like clothes. These things are good. They're nice. But then think about it. When you run into financial problems or when, you know, when emergencies come, what happens? You have to stop viewing your salary as just bills and those expenses. There are some expenses that you can cut that you don't necessarily need today, but you need this money to put into building something for your future. You need this money to put into creating another stream of income. All these streams of income that I've created, you think it didn't cost me money to create it? It cost me money. All the services that I offer, there are platforms and tools that I pay for every month. I hire like I've hired coaches. I've paid for certifications. I've paid for courses, books to learn, to build my business. And where did I get the money I was using from? My salary. But if you keep using your salary for only bills and expenses, then you're never going to be able to build income streams. And no, it doesn't come for free. I wrote and published a book. I paid a graphic designer at then because I didn't know how to use graphics. I had to pay somebody to help me with the outlining of my book. All I did was write. But after you write, you're going to get the manuscript put together. You're going to get the design of the book cover. You're going to pay to print out because I have physical copies. So it takes money to make money. But if you keep telling yourself, I don't have the money, then you're never going to have money and you're never going to be able to build another stream of income. And that's just how it is. The question isn't whether you have the money to start. The question is, are you willing to invest in yourself? Now, if you're still here, there are two things going on in your mind right now. I can figure this out on my own, probably the next 1 to 2 years, or I want to figure this out now with a structured system and accountability. I just wanted to share some of these reviews from alumni who have gone through the idea extraction program, which is my program where I teach you how to turn your ideas into income generating business. Now, this is Ugonwa, who you saw previously. She said, I never knew it was a mini business school. After the idea extraction program, my monthly sales increased from 20K to 150, 200, or even more. My customer base also expanded from 5 to over 40. My eyes were open to international business opportunities. Preparing a business plan was also demystified after the program. The exposure was enormous. She is in Nigeria and she is selling internationally. Now, Jafel says, I would never have been able to get my business idea off the ground without guidance from the idea extraction. It's a must-have for any aspiring entrepreneur. Precious says the idea extraction program was truly a mini MBA. Now, when they call it a mini MBA, I can say the reason why it's called a mini MBA because it takes you through practical business steps, not just theory. Now, I have done business, like I've gone to school, universities, United Kingdom, United States, and Canada. I have learned business, but nothing in the university gives you practical, you practicing it actually, like what is happening in the idea extraction program. Now, she loved it and she was treated like she's the only one in class. What makes idea extraction program different from every other coaching program is I'm not going to batch you into a group of people. And because people are different, your idea is different from the next person. The way you understand things is different from the next person. So I have personalized coaching and personalized program, which is tailored to you directly. And Precious says, I've been exposed to the concepts needed to grow my business. I also got a new client while on the program. It was more than expected. I'm grateful. Juliet says, program had been reevaluating all my decisions as it pertains to business. I must say I got it all wrong and had no direction or focus. But idea extraction program has put it all in perspective for me. Coaching mostly has shown how important it is for me to come out of my shell if I intend to succeed. I think something is blocking. Okay. I know this was a paid course, but I can't thank Linda enough for putting it together. Now, this is one of my staff students as well, or staff people who have gone through the program. And she says it didn't just transform my business, it completely shifted my mindset. I talk about mindset shift because everything starts from here. If your mindset is right, there is no limit to what you can achieve in life. So it completely shifted my mindset. As an entrepreneur, learning never really ends. But when you find a program that not only teaches you, but also gives you the space to apply what you've learned, it becomes a true game changer. And this is Kelechi on the right, pitching her business in Qatar. Right now, her business is operating both in Nigeria and in Qatar. And after being on this global stage, she actually was one of the winners. Now, one of the things in that instruction program, if you go with a skill, is helping you to prepare your pitch, getting you to the point where investors can come into your business and help you grow, putting you on a global stage. If you want to turn your idea into a profit, if you want to create a business, you want to start something, right? You can invest in an MBA or business program. This is 2025. And literally, I got this from Google. And this is an estimate of what you can expect to get. $30,000 or more. And MBA is 2 years. And it's generic business classes for everyday entrepreneurs. This is the idea extraction program. And is between 6 to 8 weeks. Structured and practical business program for the employedpreneur, positioning you for success even while you're employed. Now, I've spent 9 years and over $45,000 learning and validating what I teach in this program. And I told you how, I mean, I've also hired coaches myself because I believe at every step in your life, when you decide that this is the next step and this is the next level where I want to play at, you need to tell yourself this is the cost of what it would take me to get to that next step. And until you're willing and ready to get to that next step, you're never going to get there. So there are people ahead of me too who I am learning and want to get to. There's a place I want to get to. So the more I want to learn, the more I want to grow, the more I invest in myself because I believe that I still have a lot more. Like there's never too much money to be made. There's never too much money. The sky is not the limit, it's the starting point. So I want to keep growing. And if I've spent over $45,000, believe you, there's a lot there is a lot that I've learned and still want to learn. Now, you get to save 8 years learning this that I've learned and for less than 10% of the investment. And I would like to recap that this is not a get rich quick scheme. No, I'm not promising you or telling you that you're going to make millions overnight. No, if you've noticed from the beginning, I said you have to work. You got to work it out. You have to build it. It's not magic. You won't wake up tomorrow and make millions in your account. No. It's practical and actionable steps to build an income generating business. What is in the program? I've talked a lot about it. You're going to get video courses, you have templates and scripts to guide you, to help you make sales, program handbook, you have one-on-one personalized coaching, you have weekly assignments, projects, packaging your offer, automation tools, content reviews, because we live in the digital age. You're gonna do your marketing and social media is gonna be a part of it, a big part of it. So I'm gonna be reviewing your content as well and helping you to put all that together. Accountability and support, and 3 months access to the online course. Now the reason that the course is giving you 3 months access, I designed it that way because this program is designed to get you to act. After 3 months, you should have your product or your service. I would like to let you know that I'm very confident in this program because it works. It works if you work. I will not teach you to sit down and cross your legs and expect that you're going to get money. No, because you're already working for your employer. You're doing all of that. You're putting all the work. You're spending sleepless nights. You're doing 2 jobs. You're doing the most for your employer, but you don't want to work for yourself? No, you have to put in work. And I'm giving you 100% guarantee that if you don't get a structured income generating business in 6 to 8 weeks, after you complete the 100% of curriculum, complete all the 6 modules in the video course, do all your assignments and your projects, show up for every coaching session, implement every strategy that I teach you from the coaching, and use the recommended automation tools. If you don't get your structured income generating business, then you would get your 100% of investment back. Guaranteed. Thank you for joining.